Hi friends, this video is about mirror formula, magnification, example problems on spherical mirrors, refraction of light, refraction through rectangle glass slab and refractive index. Mirror formula, which gives the relation between distance of the image, distance of the object and the focal length. In this formula, U represent the object distance, the distance of the object from its pole, and V represent the image distance, that is the distance of the image from the pole of the mirror. And we know that F is focal length. It is the distance of the principal focus from the pole. The mirror formula is valid in all situations for all the spherical mirrors for all the positions of the object, which we have already seen in the positions of the objects. That is in the image formation by the concave and convex mirror. We must use new Cartesian sign conventions while substituting the numerical values of U, V, F and R. That is the object distance, image distance, focal length and the radius of curvature of the R. In this formula we don't have R, but we mentioned R here. We know that the focal length is half of the value of the radius of curvature in the mirror formula for solving problems. Magnification. The ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object is expressed as the magnification of spherical mirror. It is usually represented by the letter M. So the magnification M is equal to height of the image, that is h dash, divided by height of the object h. M is equal to h dash by h, where h denotes the height of the object and h dash denotes the height of the image. The magnification M is also related to the object distance U and the image distance V. It can be expressed as magnification M is equal to h dash by h is equal to minus V by U. We have the negative sign here because we should use the new Cartesian convention system here. So, the distance of the object is always the left of the mirror. So, we are using the negative sign here for in the case of U. So, the magnification M is equal to h dash by h, which can be expressed in the form of minus V by U. For using magnification formula, we should follow some conventions. The height of the object to be taken as positive, as the object is usually placed above the principal axis, because always we are taking the object only above the principal axis. If this is a mirror and this is a pole, so this is the principal axis. We always keep the object above the principal axis. So we can take the object height is always positive. The height of the image should be taken as positive for virtual images. Where we get virtual images, only in the case of convex lenses we are getting virtual images. So in the case of convex lens and also for the virtual images, the height of the image should be taken as positive. In the case of concave lenses, we are getting the virtual image for only one case. Okay, the height of the image should be taken as negative for real images. If the image is real, then the height of the image should be taken as negative. If the image is virtual, then the height of the image should be taken as a positive. So the negative value in the value of magnification indicates that the image is real. If we calculate the magnification and we are getting the negative value, it indicates that the image is real. The positive sign in the value of magnification indicates that the image is virtual. So if you are getting positive sign in the calculation of magnification, then the image should be virtual. This is an example question which is given in the book, page number 170. The question is, A convex mirror used for rear view on an automobile has a radius of curvature of 3 meter. If a bus is located at 5 meter from this mirror, find the position, nature and size of the image. What are the things given in the problem? They are given the value of r, that is radius of curvature. We know that the focal length is half of the radius of curvature. So the focal length value f is equal to 1.50 meter. Why we are taking this as positive? So in the case of convex lens, we have the radius of curvature in the right side of the mirror. So we have taken this value as positive. The object distance u is equal to minus 5 meter. Because we know that always the object should be left side of the mirror. So we are taking this value as negative. So minus 5 meter. The image distance we don't know that value. So the image, we should find the image distance v and the height of the image h dash. In this problem, we should find the image distance v and the height of the image h dash. To find the image distance v, we should use the mirror formula. We know that 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. The value of v we should find. We know the value of u minus 5 meter and focal length f is equal to plus 1.50 meter. So if we apply the values in the formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by plus 1.50 minus 1 by minus 5 meter. If we take the LCM, it is 7.50, then the answer is, we will get 6.50 divided by 7.50. This is value of 1 by v. For getting v, we should write a reciprocal of this term. So 7.50 divided by 6.50. If we divide this term by 5, we will get 1.50 divided by 1.30. And the final answer is 1.15. See. We can divide this 15 by 13. If we divide this 15 by 13, then we will get 1.15. So the answer is plus 1.15 meter. The image is visual as the sign is positive. Then we should calculate the magnification. The formula for magnification is m is equal to h dash by h. So which is obviously equal to minus v divided by u. We know the value of v and the value of u. The value of v is plus 1.15 meter and the value of u is minus 5 meter. Then now we can apply these values in the formula. For v, we can substitute positive 1 plus 1.15 meter and for u minus 5 meter. So these two negative signs become positive, then plus 1.15 meter divided by 5 meter, we will get 0.23. The magnification value is plus 0.23. If we divide this value 1.15 by 5 and the image is visual. Here is example 10.2, book page number 170. An object 4 cm in size is placed at 25 cm in front of a concave mirror of focal length 15 cm. At what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed in order to obtain a sharp image? Find the nature and size of the image. So in this question, we should find the nature, the position of the image and the size of the image. So what are the given in this question? An object size h is equal to plus 4 cm. Why we are putting plus sign here? Because we usually place the object above the principal axis. So the sign of the object size is positive. And the object distance u is equal to minus 25 cm. Why we are putting minus sign? Because we always keep the object left side of the pole, okay, or left side of the mirror. So left side of the pole is always considered as negative x-axis. So the u value is taken as negative. And the focal length is equal to minus 15 centimeter. To find position of the image and the image size. To find the position of the image, we should use the mirror formula, and to find the image size, we should use the magnification formula. Now to find the value of v, that is the size of the image, we are using the mirror formula, that is 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. We need the value of v. So we are keeping 1 by v in left hand side and getting 1 by u in right hand side. So 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u. By applying these values, we have f value is minus 15 centimeter. So 1 by minus 15 centimeter minus 1 by u. The value of u is minus 25 centimeter. So minus of 1 by 15 centimeter minus 1 by minus 25 centimeter. By taking the LCM, we are having 75 in denominator. Then we will have minus 2.0 divided by 75. I hope you can understand this term. How we get minus 2.0 and divide by 75. This is the value of 1 by v. For getting v, we will have the reciprocal value of this term. So 75 centimeter divided by 2 centimeter, then we will get minus 37.5 centimeter. So the screen should be placed minus 37.5 centimeter in front of the mirror. As the value is having negative sign, the nature of image is real. To find the image size h dash, we should use the magnification formula. M is equal to h dash divided by h is equal to minus v by u. So to find h dash, we should keep the h value in right hand side as multiple. So minus v by u into h. We know the value of v minus of minus 37.5 divided by minus 25 into 4, because the value of h is 4, that is h is the object size. We have this value as 4 centimeter. So by applying all this value, we will have 150 divided by minus 25. This minus and this minus getting positive, and here is another minus, so minus 25. So we get minus 6 centimeter. So the negative sign indicates that the image is inverted and enlarged. Refraction of light. What is refraction of light? We know that the velocity of light is not same in all the medium. It is 3 lakhs meter per second in vacuum, and it is considerably less in air and water or glass like that. The light doesn't travel in the same direction in all media. It appears that when traveling obliquely from one medium to another, the direction of propagation of light in the second medium changes. This phenomenon is known as refraction of light. Just look at this picture. This is air medium and this is water medium. Okay. So, water medium is denser than the air medium. Now, look at this scale. If you are putting the scale inside the water, it appears to be bending in the medium of water. This is due to the refraction of light, because the direction of propagation of light is not same as in the air, in the water as in the air. So this phenomena is known as refraction of light. Now we are going to analyze the refraction of light through a rectangular glass slab. So this is a rectangular glass slab A, B, C, D. There are two medium. One is air medium and another one is glass slab, that is solid. So take a 4 pins E, F, G, H. First place the pins E and F here in such a way that if we draw a straight line, then it will hit the line AB at the point O. If we draw a straight line, it should hit the AB at the point O. Now we should see the image of E and F through the glass slab. We should sit or stand from this side of the glass slab, and we could see the image of the glass slab here. These 2 pins here. So here we should imagine the straight line from the image of the EF. So where we get an image of EF, in that point we should place the another 2 pins G and H. G and H. In such a way that if we draw a line, then it should hit the point O dash. O dash. Okay. So we should place the pins G and H in such a way that all the four points are lies in the straight line. Now we can remove the glass slab and the pins. After removing the glass slab and the pins, we should join these lines. We should produce the line E and F up to O. We should produce the line E and F up to O and GH up to O dash. GH up to O dash. And now we can join this O and O dash. O and O dash. We should note a point that before removing the glass slab and the pins, we could observe that all the points E, F and G, H all lies in the straight line. But after removing the glass slab, if you are joining these this O and O dash, it is not a straight line. They are not lies in a straight line. Now we can draw a normal. We can draw a normal from O dash and O. We can see the difference in the propagation of the direction of the ray from the air medium to the solid medium. So this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. Here this is angle of incidence and this is angle of refraction. From this we can observe that when the light ray entering from air to glass slab, it is bending towards the normal, and when the light ray is emerged from the glass slab, that is solid to air medium, that is glass to air medium, it is moving away from the normal. Here the ray EO is incident ray and the ray O and O dash is refracted ray. This portion is refracted ray and this portion O dash H is emergent ray. Now we can draw a straight line from the incident ray. From the incident ray. It could be observed that these two rays are parallel to each other. The straight line from the incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel to each other. I hope now you could understand the refraction through a rectangular glass table and the phenomena of refraction. The refractive index. The change in direction that takes place in a given pair of media may be expressed in terms of the refractive index. The value of refractive index for a given pair of media depends upon the speed of light in the two media. To find the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. We already know that the value of speed of light is not uniform for all the media. So, if you want to find the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, we should represent it as N21. N is the refractive index. Okay. So, if we want to find the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1, we should say it is N21. So, which denotes the refractive index of medium 2. So, we write 2 in first. N21 is equal to speed of light in medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. To find the refractive index for medium 2, we should keep the speed of light in medium 1 in numerator and medium 2 in denominator. So, N21 is equal to V1 by V2. In the case to find the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, we should denote it as N12, which indicates that this value is the refractive index of medium 1. So, we should write 1 in the first. So, N12 is equal to speed of light in the medium 2 divided by speed of light in medium 1. In case of refractive index of medium 1, we should write the speed of light in medium 2 in numerator and medium 1 in denominator. So, N12 is equal to V2 divided by V1. Then, absolute refractive index of the medium. If the medium 1 is vacuum or air, then the refractive index of medium 2 is considered with respect to vacuum. This is called the absolute refractive index of the medium, and it is usually represented as N2. The absolute refractive index is nothing but it is simply the refractive index. So, Nm, refractive index of medium, is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in the medium V. So, speed of light in the air is denoted as C and the speed of light in the medium is denoted as V. Refractive index of medium Nm is equal to C by V.